parroquia. ¿Por qué no comienzan ofreciendo café y rosquillas?
Yes, everybody. Sorry to wake you up early, but that's part of the way of the trip. I will be your program director for the area of Tortuguero and the whole trip until you come back to San Jose. City tour, Christmas time, ho ho ho, and make you happy for these days, okay? Help me with my English, I will help you with your Spanish along the area of Costa Rica. First of all, we got Mr. Victor, who is our most important part of our trip, friend and driver. In the hotel that we're going, if this is a hotel, we're going to a lodge. Costa Rica do not have pyramids. Costa Rica do not have China's wall. They don't have India. It's completely different. When you're 65, that is retirement age in Costa Rica, retirement age, the only one who retire early is over here are politicians, to work doing the coffee. Now we have a lot of Nicaraguans, okay, picking out coffee. That is an income. $1 a day in the market. $1. Using the right one, colones, to actually say no more luxury retirements. Even he got threats because there is people, you know, sitting and receiving that. We are right now in the central area of San Jose. This is Christopher Columbus Avenue. That is this one over here. This is the first public hospital established in San Jose in 1845. Big public. This was established in 1845. 1845. Over there with your ID, you come and they will book you up for see a doctor. The doctor will give you his way of point of seeing and then give you your prescription. And also then you can go to the drugstore where that and he give you the and they will give you the medicines also. Okay, there is some medicines that they don't supply that you will have to buy, you know, by yourself, but that's fine. Extracts here in Costa Rica for antibiotics or any kind like diazepam, clorazepam, or any kind of these pills. Second Avenue is where most of the business takes place, right over here between 2nd Avenue and 1st Avenue. That is on the other side of this block. Is the pedestrian area where the people walk. There's no cars, so they can move all the way up from the Central Market all the way up until the National Museum. Okay, people don't have to get worried about the cars being hit. That's something interesting. Costa Rica is very nice. They can give you a kidney if you need it, but when they're behind the wheels, don't cross the road without getting very precautious and looking both sides. Be aware of your surroundings. This is the Central Park. Right over here, all the central parks of Costa Rica will have that center building, and that's because sometimes the government and the Symphonic of the Child of Costa Rica, Costa Rican Symphonic, they play music for free for the people. This is the museum, the theater, that is called the Melico Salazar National Theater, and that's the cathedral, the one on the right, the Central Cathedral of San Jose, that one on the right side, and of course later on we had the block where we had the National Theater. Okay, that for the people who's doing the city tour, the Golden Museum, because it's Christmas time, is going to be closed, so we're going to be doing the National Theater. Okay, and we have already like 21 already booked up for that trip, and I'll be your guide on the city. And then later on in the theater we have a new style of actors. It's very interesting. We combine culture acting with history in one of the most important buildings, that is that the Costa Rica Hotel that is there, that we're going to be having our dinner on the top area the day of the city tour. Our dinner will be on the top. John F. Kennedy stood there in 1963. That was the second 5-star hotel in Central America. Okay, so John F. Kennedy, John Wayne, Pelé stood there. Okay, I think the room of John F. Kennedy was, and I don't know if it's still, they lifted as it was. John F. Kennedy was a president who was very well cared and loved by people not only U.S., all around the Central and South American areas. Under the Culture Plaza is the Golden Museum. We had $2.5 million in pre-Columbian gold under that plaza. The two French guys were crazy competing who make the biggest mansions of that time along the area. For the coffee landlords from all around the world, and the banana landlords all around the world. So some of these houses can be half a block with 10, 15 rooms inside, 10, 15 bathrooms, internal patio. The constructions in Costa Rica are eclectic. Okay, we have influence from many places, so you can find some of them, like this one. Me paras un poquitito al frente. Okay, this one here in front of us on the left side. Okay, and not the nightclub. Okay, just in case. Right over here on the left side, this building is called the Castle of the Moor. It's the only building with bronze on the roof, and you see there is little tiles on the stairs and around. They have the whole book painted of Don Quixote de la Mancha with the Caribbean side. Okay, this is one of the most important commercial arteries of Costa Rica. All the merchandise that arrive into the important ports of Limon, they bring it by trucks and containers down into San Jose. Talking about crocodiles over 15 feet long. Little crockies. They're protected, by the way. 15. We don't have any species here. The only one who is invading is the grackle. It's a black bird that goes very loud sound. It's called the grackle. Between San Jose and the province of Heredia. Okay, they're building a second bridge. Our main sport in Costa Rica is soccer. Okay, so yeah, that will be the main sport. Each province have one. The Central Plateau, Costa Rica on the more or less 1800s had to decide that is part of the Cordillera. Look how I'm calling it, the Cordillera. And the mountains were cloudy on the right. Those are the volcanic range. Necklace, that is a group of the corals, and then the Pacific sea snake, and then of course the crotalus. Okay, that is the eyelash viper, fern lance, bushmaster. We call it that way, but in Costa Rica we do not have savannas. Are Chinese who are involved on the expand of the road of the Caribbean. Tables are going to be the 4 tables in the sign. That one. There is one without sign. If you need the facility, they're located right over here.
Hoy no es mi día, hoy es mi día. Ay, este sol está a punto de...
Ingeniero. He moved. He moved. You only moved once on the top, that's
It's just kind of hanging out.
there's a sloth hanging upside down.
If you look wide branches, you have to
Okay, yeah, we do have those. We don't have anaconda, but the biggest
now
one
you
is
can see it right here.
okay, and that's the tutor.
See it?
Okay, right in the center of the tree.
See it?
Right
Right there.
Right on the opening of the center.
Yeah, it's moving.
It's up there or it's down here?
Oh, it's over there. Aaron, did you see it? It's over there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's there.
They're inside.
It's moving. I didn't see it.
Well, I can't make you see things here.
Okay, you see he moved.
Oh, he jumped out. And I'm not sticking my hand in there. Gonna be a snake in there.
Watch your back, watch your back.
Don't worry. It hurts, but once. Let me go in. There was a poison frog there, but he jumped in. Got it.
Alright. Do not lick.
3-step back. This is the poison frog.
Look how cute he is.
The red poison dart on the normal side. Well, they call it blue jean. How we go slow? They call it blue jeans. Okay. That's the normal side. They have a neurotoxic poison that is called dendrotratotoxina. That it comes from their diet. All the insects that they eat on the lowland of the forest will make a milkshake of alkaloids, not based in protein, so there is no antivenom. Okay? The only way you can get killed by these is if you swallow it, or if you have a cut on your hand and goes to your bloodstream. Okay, that is the poison dart frog. Blue jeans because the legs, the back legs are blue.
That is one of the oldest tree of the area. He's over 300 years and is a Cape hawk or ceiba. Also, you can find in some of the books with the name of cotton tree. The most activity is not the cotton that we use for cotton, right? They call it cotton tree just in case, but it's nothing to do with the cotton that we use for a medical purpose, we can say. The cotton is because the seeds are surrounded with a light cotton, and it was used in the oldest time to do life vest, or also they use it to put it inside the jackets of the pilots, okay, to keep it warm when they were flying. Okay, so the fiber of that tree, especially the seeds surrounded by that cotton. Insulation, there we go, thank you. Right over here in the area of Guapiles, that is where we are, the main activity is going to be bananas, pineapple, okay, and some other products like papayas and cassava, taro, sweet potato, and yam. Even that this is not like the hard activity, the most important is bananas, okay? All the Caribbean side of Costa Rica is going to be bananas. So the main office of the different companies are here in Guapiles, Dole, Chiquita, and Del Monte. Okay, the three are in this area. The people over here also, of course, they have cattle industry, they have tourism as another activity. So all those will make the incomes of the town. Okay, they have their hospital, they have their all the basic things, school, primary, secondary school. All the things that the people need is on the area. Okay, so no matter how many hours you walk on the forest, there will be a little classroom, maybe unidocente with many classes with one teacher. Okay, many different grades in one class. And they see a gentleman very well not dressed, like rubber boots, dirty. He looks like a homeless with a hat. Okay, and they say, pobrecito, he's poor. Acre behind his house with maybe 500 to 600 cows in it. So they're not, they're just simple. And that happens to me when I was in Panama. That was my last time, and it was funny, and that stood in my head. My mom and my dad were the 50th anniversary, so we had a party of the whole family coming together. It was like the movie. We were over 300 in the whole house. Okay, and the next day we decided to go to the beach. So we got a car, a 4x4, we went in the middle of nowhere. And it was one little house with a little gazebos on the front, in front of the coast. And then we stood there, and I told the lady, what are you going to cook for you today? And he said, she turns around and said, I'm going to eat what the poor people along the coast will eat. And look, what the people of the rural areas on the coast, poor people will eat. Red snapper and lobster. Later on I realized, yeah, their garden is the ocean. So they have all these kind of things. Columbus gave to Limon when he arrived in 1502. He called the place Cariari. Now we call it Limon because of the reference as a lemon tree to go to different places. Cariari is a smaller town or medium-sized town closer to the banana fields. It will be like this. Every time that they need to buy something, the people who lives in the banana companies had to come out here to get their groceries, to get their things for the house. So every 15 days, every 15 or every 30, they get their payment. So when there is their payment on the 15 or the 30, you will see the area of Cariari with a lot of people moving around getting their products. Because the company, the banana company, will give house, electricity and water to the employees. A payment that is good to survive in the area but not good to leave, to save and leave. Okay, the money will be good enough to survive around but not to save and leave. That way they will have generations and generations of families working on the fields, okay, of the different companies. Todo Chiquita and Del Monte are located around this part. The banana, okay, when we get to the banana is que se fija aquí, que no ve. Okay, the thing is that, like I was saying, all the people will come around the area to get their groceries and things from home, and the company will pay them enough so they can actually buy the products and bring it back. In the oldest time, the company used to have a company store. Remember the music that you have in US, I sold to the company store. Okay, well the same way happened over here. There was a company store, so the people were buying things from the company store, and at the end of the month they will pay what they got from the company store, so the money will go back into the company, and that way generations and generations of families will keep on the same spot. Most of the people who are working in the fields of bananas, on the pineapple, on the taro, sweet potato, cattle are Nicaraguans. Okay, the high percentage of employees are from Nicaragua. Okay, we have different times where the Nicaraguan, by different things that happen in their country, dictators and of course revolutions, and then later on earthquakes and things like that, make the Nicaraguan move from Nicaragua into Costa Rica for a better life, and most of them are doing the hard labor, exactly what the Costa Ricans would not like to do. Okay, and that's why we have from the 5.5 million people, 15% are Nicaraguans living in Costa Rica. Okay, and the second biggest income in Nicaragua will be the money sent by the Nicaraguans from here in dollars back into Nicaragua. So that is what is going on with the companies like agriculture companies and constructions and different kinds. Most of the employees from the workers are going to be Nicaraguans, and on the high places then they will have Costa Rican working along this part. To Central America into Costa Rica during the 1800s. Bless you. During the 1800s. The first type of banana that arrived into Costa Rica was the Valerie. There was a plant pretty tall, taller than this one. The bunch the same side of this one. But it was very hard to harvest the banana without damaging the fruit because of the tall grass. Banana is not a tree, banana is a grass. It's a musacia. Okay? No, well, a grass. It's a grass. It's a poacia, a musacia. Okay, it's not a tree. It's a grass, a giant grass with production that is actually what you see. It's a subblossom. In 12 months there will be a bunch. The flower of the banana and burning the banana skin. But also have chemical on it. They have poison to kill the insects, okay, that they are coming into the banana. So they're covered with pesticides, let's say that way. Everything that you see now in banana used to be tropical forest. So we're talking about thousands of acres that they are now bananas. And the other second peak was in the 60s and 66, that the North American Lumber Company was here looking for mahogany, rosewood, purple heart, all these kind of exotic wood that it was taken back into the north and furnished up in furnitures over there. It's going to be tourism. Your guidebook says that is the first one. That was the second one. Okay, it's tourism. On the third place will be bananas, barely there, because pineapple is almost passing bananas. The other thing that you need to know about banana is that there is a very alert, a very big alert right now, because there is a fungus that is affecting the banana worldwide, reinforcing the patrol areas around the airport and things like that, so people will not take things out of here or bring things into Costa Rica that might bring the fungus in, and we will have economical catastrophe if banana goes out of the area. I know South America, some areas already affected. Okay, I don't know, Panama haven't been affected. That is the south part of the border of Costa Rica. Okay, so let's see, I hope it don't reach over here, but banana right now is being threatened by that fungus, that it might end up with the activity. And down on the right side.